China will outline this week how it plans to push forward in the technological race with the West and capitalize on high-profile breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, space, and robotics. The country's top leadership will publish on Thursday its annual government work report and budget plans at the opening session of the National People's Congress, or NPC, China's rubber stamp parliament. It will also unveil its next 5-year plan that sets priorities for its industrial policy. These will shine a spotlight on the industries likely to receive generous funding and policy support. University of Hong Kong Assistant Professor Brian Wong says he expects to see a rollout of what he described as advanced digital technologies and management approaches.
And that, of course, includes the sort of nascent technologies, including biotech, pharmaceutical technology, as well as space and deep space tech research. But it would also, imply that old and traditional manufacturing sectors are going to see a significant makeover when it comes to the implementation or introduction of robotics and AI in traditional manufacturing sectors.
The gathering in Beijing marks a year since Chinese AI developers drew global attention for sudden leaps in capability. That's despite tight U.S. restrictions on access to advanced chips and chip-making equipment. Last year's release of DeepSeek, the Chinese AI model, triggered a global tech share sell-off and reshaped assumptions for China's technology competitiveness against the United States. China has also flaunted humanoid robots that have shown major leaps in hardware technology, while space is another test case of Beijing's drive to turn research into industrial strength, with a local company testing out what could soon be China's first reusable rocket. Despite the hype, analysts say, China's emerging industries will not be enough to power its targeted 5% GDP growth in the coming years. Some suggest Beijing will have to continue relying on exports to prop up its economy. And that means sectors with more immediate commercial impact, like autonomous driving, are likely to be prioritized. While China's plans for industries that affect supply chains are also key as they become instruments of geopolitical pressure. Recent moves to beef up export controls of rare earths and low-end semiconductors have disrupted global supply chains and underscored China's economic leverage. Analysts will also be keeping a keen eye on the 5-year plan for Beijing's response to Washington as the rivalry between the world's two biggest powers intensifies.
The reality is today Beijing and Washington are enmeshed in a very complex opposition relationship. Cooperation from the two powers is inevitable. And yet there's also vigorous, fierce competition in relation to advanced technologies, in relation to domestic growth and self-sufficiency, in relation to military and security capabilities.
The NPC meeting comes just weeks before U.S. President Donald Trump is due to visit China's Xi Jinping in Beijing late March. Technology controls and supply chains are expected to be among the big talking points.